Don't you wish you could generate leads easier, faster, more of them so that you could drive more revenue? No worries. I'm going to show you how to do that with HubSpot lead flows right now. All right, it's your boy George B from Impact, and today, that's right, we are doing a HubSpot lead flows overview where I'm going to show you exactly how you should use the tool, some things you can do to get specific conversations and hopefully generate more leads and create more sales. So as you can see, we are in HubSpot, and let's go ahead and head over to content and into lead flows. Yes, this is where you can actually get that low-hanging fruit with the slide in, the pop-up, the banner drop-down, and there are some really good things that you can do with lead flows. Look, if you want to build a high-converting system into your marketing strategy, this is an easy way you can do it. Let's go ahead and create our first lead flow. So when you get into the lead flows tool, inherently you're going to want to name your lead flow. You'll be able to do this up top. And in this case, we'll call it My Lead Flow. And you're going to see some top navigation here. Type. So what type of lead flow are you going to create? Call out, which we'll get to, form, thank you, follow up, options, and preview. You'll see that we have unpublished changes, and we can hit a save button here or go next. Next is going to take us along this navigation. And of course, as always, there is a nice help button that HubSpot has down here for us to look at as well. Now, the flow types that you can choose are a pop-up, which you see over here, and it's showing you how it's going to kind of open up. We have a drop down banner, which we can put one line of text and a subscribe that will then slide open when they click on it. We have a slide in box left that we can also choose, and a slide in box right that we can choose for this tutorial. We'll go ahead and do the slide in box right, and then we could click on call out, but I'm going to just show you how you can click next, and it's going to move to this call out section. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Notice that little red dot goes away, and we get a pop-up saying, woo, success. And we all love to be successful. Now, the featured image is going to be an image that you're going to see in this pop-up, and we can upload or we can browse. For this HubSpot lead flows tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and browse images, and we're just going to use a little gold waffle. It's not too little, but it's going to be little in there, so you can see that. Isn't that awesome? We can actually update our call out text and our call out body. So in this case, we're going to do something like this. Sign up for our next waffle event and want to get your grub on and spend time with friends? Then let us know you are coming. And as you can see, as we typed that in, we can see it right here actually update as we're working on it. Now, one thing that I will let you know is you can use bold, italic, underline. You can use the little bullet points and make a link and all sorts of wonderful things. This drop down will also allow you to do left, center, or right, which, by the way, is a cool game. But anyway, you could take this copy and you could say, hey, I want to center it. I don't like that, so I am going to go ahead and left justify it. But you could say something like, get your grub on, and we might even want to make that bold so it stands out just a little bit in this copy. Now, once we have the call out text and the call out body the way that we want it, we can come over here and we can hit next, and that's going to get us to the form. And you'll notice that we have now officially changed colors, which we'll talk about that in a minute too. The colors of your brand are important, and we don't want to lose those. But we also want to kind of give a little tease. So think about this. The call out was, want to get your grub on and spend time with friends, then let us know you're coming. When we get to the form, we might want to say something like this. So you can see we've added seating is limited, so make sure you fill out the form and let your friends know to sign up as well. And what we've done is we've added a little bit of, hey, you better do it now. In other words, fear of missing out. Yes, FOMO, people. Seating is limited, and we want you to promote to your friends, talk to your friends to sign up for this as well. So you can see how at the beginning in the call out, we kind of teased the event to sign up. In the form, we're really selling it per se a little bit harder. And now we can go ahead and include some different fields. Now, I'll tell you, in this case, we would definitely want to add people's first name, so we can do a drop down and do first name. We can also drag these around, so first name should be at the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the persona field. So what we'll do is we'll search for persona, and we'll have that in there as well. So we'll know what type of person it is. Now, I will tell you, this functionality for persona, as of the time of this recording, is new. We never could have drop downs before, and we couldn't actually edit the word persona, but now HubSpot, in their infinite wisdom, has made it so we can hit this pencil right here, and instead of saying persona, which is marketing speak for, hey, let me segment you, we could do something like this. That's right. How would you best describe yourself? That is a more human way. And when they then click on this drop down, they will be able to say, I am a, and whatever our personas are in the tool. We'll go back to the form. Also, I don't want to forget about letting you know in the email, there's some special functionality as well. We can click on there and we can do things like edit the field label. We can put some placeholder text. And this is what's exciting, is we can do email domains that we want to block. So in your case, this might be competitors that you might want to block, or we might want to block free email providers if we're just looking for B2B emails. You can use this how you want, but that functionality is there, and it's super, super nice. Of course, in this case, we could add another field if we wanted to. I believe at this time you can add up to 4 fields, maybe 5, but I do believe it's 4. So you'll have to choose the really smart 4 fields that you want for your slide-in pop-up banner drop-down. Now, in this case, we're just going to change subscribe now to sign up now. And so we've got sign up now. If we wanted to capitalize that, we could. This is totally up to you. You could do all caps if you wanted to, but then you might be yelling at them. Also, just not that we're going to need it in this case, but for yours, you may want to do a different language. And what that is choose a language for your flow. This is the language your site visitors will see. In our case, we're going to leave this to English. Now we'll go ahead and hit next one more time, and we end up at our thank you message. So when you get to the thank you section of your lead flow, there's a couple things that you might want to keep in mind. First of all, give them enough information that they understand what they're supposed to do next. If they're just able to close it and that's it, fine. Maybe you're delivering that ebook, that guide, that checklist in an email automatically after they submit it. But you also might want to give them the ability to click a link that takes them to your thank you page. You see, these lead flows should really help people just skip a few steps of the call to action, the landing page, and then quickly direct them to the thank you page. Make sure when they get to that thank you page, they see things like people who have downloaded this ebook, this guide, this checklist. Well, they like these articles or they watch these videos. And of course, give them the next step call to action to help them move down your sales and marketing funnel. Moving them to the next level, maybe even showing them another call to action on that page that will take them from a lead to a marketing qualified lead, or just depending on what kind of slide out pop-up you have used and where it is in the buyer's journey. Hopefully you get the idea. If not, then leave your questions down in the comment section below, because I'm always looking at those comments, always answering those comments, and always love helping people with their inbound marketing strategies, buyer's journey, and things like this lead flows tool. But let's move on, and we will go ahead and hit next. And you can see that HubSpot has this coming soon, or in your portal, you may see where you can do a very kind of lightweight automatic email. My suggestion is that you can use this if it makes sense, if you see that functionality there. However, there is a better way to email from lead flows with actually creating a list and a workflow. We'll show you that in another tutorial, or you can reach out to me at George B. Thomas on the Twitters and I can show you how to do that or get the link to that tutorial. Finally, we're going to get to options. And on the options page, we're going to be able to say all pages, pages that exactly match the URLs, which, by the way, the question is, what pages do you want these lead flows to show up on? To be honest, there might be something that you'll want to do on all pages, but really, if you want to have the right conversation, contextual conversation to the content that they're seeing on the page, you'll do more lead flows that are more specific than one that is more general. And so you might want to do pages that exactly match these URLs, and you could go to your website, something like here. We'll go to Waffle Wednesdays real quick, and we'll just grab this link, and we could say, hey, we want it to be just on, and we'll just say the home page in this case. One thing I want you to realize about this area is that it is wildcard supported, meaning you could do something like wafflewednesday.com/blog/asterisk and show that slide in, that pop-up, that drop down with anything that is using the blog slug. Now, if your site is built in a really cool way where you use those slugs in URLs or purposely go back and do those, but make sure you do your 301 redirects, you might have pages that have things like sales or marketing or service or products. And so if you wanted to show a slide in, a pop-up, a banner drop down on just the service pages, on just the product pages, you can do that as well. But don't forget, specificity wins the day. We can also figure out how we want these to be triggered. In this case, it's saying when somebody scrolls down the page 50%, or we might say we want to do it after 15 seconds, or notice I could check both of those. So if they get about 30% on the page and they answer the phone, or somebody walks in the office, then that slide in comes out after 15 seconds anyway. You can do any type of matrix that you want with these. And then if you're doing a pop-up, you may want to turn the lead flow off on small screens. We know that Google is talking about how they don't like pop-ups, aggressive pop-ups. I'm still not sure if these lead flows would be considered aggressive, but some people want to say, hey, it's a possibility. Let's go ahead and turn those off. Now, I will tell you, slide-ins and banner drop-downs, I never turn them off. But in this case, just for the tutorial, I am going to show you, if you turn them off, what you see in the next step. Also, now you can show dismissed lead flow again after. And so what this means is if they dismiss it, don't show it to them for a month, or you can do less time than that. I would say don't show it to them for a month because then it's not annoying. Also, when contacts are captured, who should be known, who should get the emails, you'll have that right there. We're going to go ahead and hit save real quick, and then we'll hit next, and we'll be able to see our preview, which we can see the preview on desktop, we can see it on tablet, we can see it on mobile. And here's what I wanted to show you, is that if we checked off turn off lead flows on mobile devices, it'll let us know, it will remind us. I'm going to go and turn that off because look, it's not that aggressive. Also, we can try it here. So we can sign up now. We could actually fill this out and test it again, tablet, desktop. One thing I want to show you that's a little bit above and beyond this tutorial, but I want to go back to these colors because this blue is not the color of Waffle Wednesday at all. And so let's go back early into the tutorial when we were at callouts, and we're going to scroll down a little bit, and you're going to be able to see, first of all, the callout button. We could change that to sign up now, like we did with the other one. But here is what I wanted to show you. You can customize the color for your brand. So if I go over to Waffle Wednesday, and this is what I mean by a little bit outside of the tutorial, I use a app called Colorzilla. I'm going to go ahead and say pick a color from page. I'm going to go ahead and grab this nice tan color, and then I'm actually going to be able to say color picker, or if I don't do color picker, I can actually say copy to clipboard, I can grab that information, come back into my little box here, and now look at this. I have a slide-in, pop-up, banner drop-down. This is also using my branded colors. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. We'll go ahead and hit save. We're not going to hit next because we'd have to like next it, and that would be weird. We're just going to click on preview because that's the flexibility that we have with the way that HubSpot has done this. We filled out what type we want, call out, form, thank you, follow up, options, preview. Uh-oh, what if we decided, dang it, I meant to actually build a pop-up. Guess what? We can come over here, we can hit pop-up, and it's going to keep all of our information. Oh man, HubSpot, you're so nice to us. And what I will also say is that we can do this. Watch this. We're going to go preview. We're going to go publish. We're going to go ahead and set it live. What we'll be able to do is refresh the screen after we set it live. We'll see it here, and then we can actually clone it. And we could say this is for the sidebar. We'll hit clone. And we'll go ahead and do this and preview and publish and say it live. And notice what I did in just a few hot seconds. I created a pop-up, which I would go in and actually edit this to be a pop-up. And I've got a sidebar in here. I'm going to go ahead and unpublish this real quick because I do want to show you one other thing in this pop-up. When we're in the pop-up, we're going to want to go over to options because you're going to see that we have more options. Remember before we had on 50% scroll and a certain amount of time where we did about 15 seconds, which by the way, don't do like 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds. It's just not good marketing, people. It's just not good marketing. Do 12 seconds, 15 seconds, give them some time, but also you might just do on 50% scroll. And if they try to leave the page, then pop it up, which by the way, this is a pop-up. So let's go ahead and turn that off. Notice the 1 month came for the ride and the email came for the ride. Maybe we don't want it for the blog. So we're actually going to do a specific page, right? So you go back to those options, you go ahead and save that lead flow, and then you go ahead and preview it and see if it's how you want. We can go ahead and publish it, set it live, and within a matter of minutes, we've got a sidebar that is for the blog, and we've got a pop-up that could be for any specific page that we want, where we're going to be able to see views, conversion rates, and contacts gathered. Folks, with HubSpot lead flows, it's just that simple. It's just that easy. Hey, did you like that video? Want to master HubSpot even more? Then hit the subscribe or hit that bell for instant notifications. Have questions about the HubSpot lead flows or HubSpot tool in general? Then hit those comments. I'm always watching and always answering. Hey, until next time, folks, go out into the world, be a happy, helpful human, and do some happy HubSpotting.